Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds, to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, yeah, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but plenty of stuff in between, too. Today's video, though, is another vlog! I recently asked in a poll what type of videos you guys would like to see more of on my channel, and so far, the most popular answer is more vlogs, so today is a vlog and it'll be really fun. So I'm going to start it today, Saturday, May 7th, and I'm going to go all the way through next Saturday, which includes passing over a Friday the 13th. I believe it's the only Friday the 13th in this entire year. So yes, part of this vlog will be a Friday the 13th celebration, as well as a zombie reading vlog and movie watching vlog, because this month, May, is Zombie Awareness Month. So, in honor of that, I'm reading some zombie books, but we'll get more into it after the short intro, and I'll tell you a little bit more, and we'll get into the actual vlog. Welcome back, guys! Alright, so as I mentioned in the intro, we are going to be talking about some zombie books because this is a reading vlog, and the books I'll be reading are kind of zombie themed. But if you don't like zombies, have no fear. I picked kind of zombie books that are special and aren't your traditional zombie type of stories. Same thing with my movies. I picked kind of, you know, movies that people who don't really love zombies could enjoy. So whatever I'll be doing in terms of watching and reading in this vlog will be kind of friendly for people who don't even like zombies. So if you're one of those people, have no fear, it'll be fine. I literally just finished a zombie book. It was my first zombie book of the month, The Breeze Horror by Candace Caponegro, and I will say that this is not your typical zombie book at all. This is very different, and if you don't have this old school paperback book, it's also on Kindle right now, and so I used the Kindle version to read it so that I wouldn't ruin my book even worse. I mean, it's not in great shape, but I didn't want to hurt it further, so I read it on Kindle. Just take a look at the cover real fast. Isn't it lovely? It would be lovely if I, oh gosh, if I would not, like, mess up holding it. I also have some book mail to show you guys after I tell you what other books I'll be reading. So this was really fun. There were some flaws, which is typical of any kind of old school horror book, in my opinion. Very rarely do you find, like, a 5-star old school gem, but they are out there. This is not a 5-star, but I am going to give it a 4-star rating, and it was enjoyable, and it was different. It was not your usual brainless, mindless zombies just out for, you know, flesh. It was different than that. This terrible accident happens. There's a space station that is bringing up all this disgusting waste up into space, yet it gets hit by a meteor, and so we've got toxic rain falling down over parts of the world, specifically in this area of, like, New York, New Jersey. And so these people go to this island to try to take refuge, and shit hits the fan. People who are exposed to rain that is falling down after this accident, they are infected, and stuff starts to develop, but it's not your traditional zombie. It's really not. So all I gotta say is read it. If you like splatterpunk type of stuff, it could have been shorter. It probably could have been 100 pages shorter. The characters aren't the most fleshed out. Like, the main character, she kept arguing with this other character, Stafford, and they just kept arguing the whole time. I'm like, this is annoying. Stop arguing. But the reason to read this is the gore, the splatterpunk type of elements that are in here, the unique take on zombies, and there's actually a part where stuff's going down on a boardwalk with, like, you know, rides and stuff, and that's pretty exciting. So yeah, this is a lot of fun, but, you know, it does have triggers, so look up warnings if you're worried about it. But yeah, if you're looking for something that's zombie-ish but different, I would say this is something that's unique, and I really like it a lot. So yes, I read this yesterday, I finished it, like, late last night. Alright, so I won't be reading that, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on my reading in terms of this is Zombie Awareness Month, and that is where I am in terms of zombie book progress. the first half of the month, like the first few days of the month, I should say, we're not that far in right now, but the first few days of the month, I made great reading progress on books, but they were non-zombie themed books. So I also read, so far this month, The Cellar by Richard Lehman, which was ridiculous in a fun, trashy way. I also read Off Season by Jack Ketchum. Oh, so good. Such a thrill ride. And finally, what else did I read? Oh yes, Chain Letter by Ruby Jean Jensen. It was another one that I read this month so far. And that was for my friend Kelly over at Kelly Hooked on Books, her book club. So that was really fun. Subtle at times, but also atmospheric, spooky, had some good elements. Like all old school horror books, not all, but a lot of them, they kind of take their time to get to where they're going sometimes. And it could have been probably a little bit shorter, but I still enjoyed it. It might be my favorite Ruby Jean Jensen book that I've read thus far, because I've read 3 so far, including Chain Letter, which I just finished. But for this vlog, enough about the updates. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of where I am right now. But in terms of this vlog, I'll be starting Zombie Bake Off by Stephen Graham Jones, and I'm so pumped about this. This is going to be a blast. And this has to do with some people at this Bake Off, and then a crowd of pro wrestlers come in and kind of crash the Bake Off. But things kind of escalate, and it's not just these group of wrestlers crashing the bake-off that people have to worry about. Apparently some infected donuts are at this bake-off. People eat them, and some people are turned into zombies, or at least that's what I gather from the description. I cannot wait to see how fun this is going to be. I hope it delivers, because the premise is so bonkers, wild, zany. So does it deliver? That is the question. We'll see as we go into this vlog. So hopefully over the next week I can finish this and you guys can be on the ride with me. The second book I'll be reading for this vlog is Undead Girl Gang, and I don't have a physical copy, so that is going to be read on my Kindle, and so I'm excited about that. I already have it there on my Kindle. Technically, I said I started it last night. Like, I think I've got my automatic. If I open the book, Goodreads thinks I've started it. So I opened the book, but I have not technically started it as of the second. So I will start that this week though, and it will be in this vlog. And that one seems like a lot of fun. It's not your traditional zombie book in that there's some witchcraft occult elements to it, which I'm excited about because I love anything to do with the occult or witchcraft or anything of that nature. The dark arts, that's my jam. However, even though that's my jam, I have not checked out a lot of books that surround that lately. Like, I have not read a lot of occult themed books lately, which sucks because I love that, but I've gotten away from that for some reason. Not on purpose, it just, I'm picking books that aren't necessarily fitting in with that category. It's fine, we'll see, you know, as the year goes on if I could fit in a few here and there, but yeah. I'm excited about Undead Girl Gang because at least it'll have that occult flair. And this girl, she ends up accidentally bringing her good friend back from the dead and these other girls as well back from the dead. And that's where the zombie element comes in. But again, it's centered around witchcraft. That's how she was able to bring the person back. And so it just seems like kind of like a fun little mystery. They have to figure out, you know, what happened to the girls. And so it just also sounds like it might be kind of cute, emotional as well, though. We'll see. I know a lot of people who watch my videos have already read this, so I'll be interested to see what I think when it's all said and done compared to what you guys think, because I know some people said that they thought it was cute, so hopefully I feel the same way, but only time will tell. So this is the opening clip of the vlog, and I did want to start off things with a bang, so I'm going to show you guys some book mail that I got recently, so give me a second to grab the books. I know everyone loves book mail, so here we go. The first thing I got in the mail, and this just came a day or so ago. This is Kill River 2 by Cameron Roubique, and I am trying to plan right now, even though we're only in the beginning of May, I'm trying to plan my June TBR, and June is all about slashers. I'm doing a big slasher readathon and watchathon with my friend Kat, so I don't know if she's going to do the reading part of it, but we're definitely doing like a movie marathon where we're each having a list of movies that we're going to check out that are all slasher themed. I almost have that set, but not really. I have a long list of books. I'm going to do a big recommendation video if anyone wants to join in. It's a very loose readathon in terms of it's just a theme. There are no prompts. So yes, I'm trying to do this whole slasher theme. It's like summer slashers type of idea. I'm also going to be reading some like summer camp themed books, I think, as well. But I'm very pumped up. It's going to be a good time. This is a slasher book. I read the first book in this trilogy last summer when I was reading slasher books. So I'm really eager to see where the story picks up, how it progresses from the end of the first Kill River to this book. We'll see. I'm very excited about it. So we're following Cindy, who was a great character in the first Kill River. That's what I thought the strong point of Kill River was the characterization. So we'll see if I think that Cindy is still a great character throughout this novel. I'm sure I will think that. But, you know, I don't want to give too much about the story because it could give away things from the first book, but I'm just happy to own this, and I'm hoping to read this in June as part of my summer slasher readathon. We'll see. The next book I have has nothing to do with slashers or anything, but it is a book I've heard great things about, specifically from my friend Cameron Chaney over at Library Macabre. Check out his channel. Also check out his Patreon, because if you guys are missing his videos, since he hasn't posted a while on YouTube, he's posting a lot over on his Patreon channel. So that's why it's worth supporting that channel. You get extra videos, but even above and beyond that, his talent, in my opinion, is worth supporting. I say this all the time in a lot of videos, but I don't care. I will never stop saying it because it's the truth. And although he's a friend, I will unbiasedly say, though, that his talents are freaking there. It's not something that I believe just because I'm his friend. He has great talent when it comes to both writing, but also video creation and video editing. So I will say it's worth it to be a Patreon and to support what he's doing. But he has touted this book as one of his favorite books from last year. And this is The Forsaken Boy, as I said. It's a werewolf novel by Troy. And Troy is a Patreon of Cameron's, so I've actually heard a lot kind of secondhand about Troy from watching those Patreon videos. And even outside of that, like I said, Cameron said this is a great read, and werewolf novels, I really want to get more into those, so I'm excited to get to it. Alright, two other books that I actually saw from Eric over at Smells Like Teen Horror. He talked about this on Instagram. He showed me he had some Dawson Creek suspense book, and I'm like, oh my god, there's Dawson's Creek suspense books. I had no idea these existed. I asked Cameron to keep an eye out for me, but I couldn't help myself. I went on Thrift Books. These were super cheap. And there's a third one with Pacey, the character of Pacey, on the cover, played by Joshua Jackson. And I didn't buy that one because that one's like $60. So, Cameron, if you ever see the Pacey one, I will pay you to pick it up, especially if it's affordable, because online it is not. However, I found these two for pretty cheap, and I essentially want to read them. So it's not like I need a perfect looking book for my collection, even though these are in pretty good shape. I mean, you look at the spines, I just got to remove the stickers, but the spines don't look so bad. So yeah, Lighthouse Legend and Mysterious Border, and they just seem like a lot of fun, and I'm really eager to see if they measure up to the show and like have the vibe of the show, since the show is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's one of my little guilty pleasures that I've mentioned time and time again about really loving. I used to want to be a filmmaker because of Dawson. I know Eric over at Smells Like Teen Horror feels the same. I also got a package in the mail today, which I don't remember what's in it, so let's look at that. And then I swear this long-ass clip will be over, and we'll get into the actual vlog. Okay, another zombie book came in. This was not supposed to arrive till like the 20th of May. Of course, it's a little damaged. I don't care. It's just a reading copy. This is actually really hard to find, by the way. It was hard to find a reasonable copy in terms of price. This is Dead in the West by Joe R. Lansdale, and it is a zombie book. It's more of like a zombie western. Look at this fantastic cover. This is marvelous. I like this cover quite a bit. So, like I said, it was hard. Man, the text is small. Look at that. Look at that small-ass text. I'm glad to have picked up a copy, but I hope I can get to it this month instead of next year. But if I don't, like, there's always next year, like I said. So this isn't even that long. This is 119 pages, but like I said, the font though is so tiny. We'll see. But this was on my official TBR, but I kind of moved it to a maybe because I kind of wanted to bump up the priority level of Zombie Bake Off, because that one just seems like so much fun. Pro wrestlers and zombies, you can't go wrong. Anyway, we'll see what happens this week, and I'll see you guys in other clips. Hey guys, sorry the lighting in my room is a little weird because I have got my blue lights overhead, like my LEDs, you could change colors, and I've figured out recently that if I do that, any other color but white, it doesn't even matter the shade of white, if it's like bright white or blue white, it seems like a colored light works better when I film my videos, and I just filmed my April wrap-up, and I'm gonna edit that. So I know this vlog is just kind of random so far, but I figured you guys might like to see some time-lapse of my editing, so we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna get to work. It's gonna take forever. Let's go. is Tuesday, May 10th, and I have failed at vlogging over the weekend and the beginning of the week. However, I have been reading in terms of during this week. During the weekend, I spent all of Saturday afternoon and night editing and uploading my video, my April wrap-up. So if you guys want to hear about what I read in April, that's up right now. I'll link it below. Also, on Sunday, I just kind of had like a booktube thematic day where I watched a lot of booktube videos, like a ton. I watched videos from Pax Panic. I watched videos from the lovely Crystal over at her channel, Fiber Artsy. I watched some videos, that was on Saturday that I watched Ollie from Criminali. I watched like his weekly reading wrap up where he was talking about like, you know, the first week or so of Horror Mayhem that he's participating in, and he talked about the Hellbound Heart and some other things. Crystal just had her 1 year booktube anniversary, by the way. She just released a video today that I also watched today. So I love her channel. She is so wonderful, just so well spoken and very comforting to listen to. I love her voice. Elizabeth had a big April wrap-up video where she talked about the books she read, which were retro inspired. Also, she watched a whole bunch of badass shit, so that was cool to hear about what she watched and did in April. And my friend Amber over at Secondhand Readers, she has a great April wrap-up video that I watched this weekend. Just tons of stuff. Alex the Bookubus had a wonderful April wrap-up where she talked about all the books she read, one in particular, The Season of the Witch by Charlie Jacob, I think it is. I think it's Jacob and not Jacobs. But anyway, I want to read that book so bad. It's a book about a book, which intrigues me. Also, Alex did mention that we read together The Book of the Damned, which was awesome, by D.A. Fowler. So she talked a little bit about her opinions on that. We've got a live stream up right now where we talked about it together on my channel. That was cool. I also watched Gabby Reads, because I watch her channel quite a bit. Lots of videos this weekend. I'm trying not to forget any. I know Katrina Brown, she just got to 1,000 subscribers and she did a special Q&A video recently that I watched. So I just want to plug some of these booktubers and tell you guys you should check them out. I actually watch those channels quite a bit, and if I talk about anybody on my channel and I say check them out, it means that I have watched their stuff and I recommend their stuff highly. I'm not just saying it to say it. So a lot of great channels out there. Also last night I watched a lot of ASMR videos, which is different than booktube videos, but still good stuff. Kelly Hooked on Books did an April wrap-up, which I enjoyed, and of course she runs the awesome From Hell Book Club, which I participate in whenever I can. Also, I watched a Marcy Reads video yesterday. I hadn't watched one of her videos in quite a while. So, yeah, good stuff. Just a weekend of fun catching up on booktube. I do, like I said, think it's important to support these channels. And there's a lot of channels that I want to watch more of. Like, I know Shady Side Library, I really try to catch his content when I can, but I should more often. Michael's Boo and Books, I've got him on my watch later list. Pretty in Paper Cuts, I got her on my watch later list, so I'm hoping to get to even more. Kasha's Book Cemetery, hoping to get to that as well. So just too many in too little time. But I caught up a lot this weekend on a lot of people's stuff. Again, like I mentioned, Pax and Criminali, great channels there. Just good stuff all around. Alright, I don't think I forgot anybody. I was looking at my history to make sure that I didn't forget anybody. So, although on Sunday I basically didn't read anything, I did read yesterday quite a bit. So, I mean, I think I read late Sunday. So late Sunday I got 50 pages into Zombie Bake Off by Stephen Graham Jones, which is supposed to be being documented in this vlog. So, I have never felt more like DNFing a book than the first 58 pages of this book. It's just written in a very confusing and weird way, and I thought to myself, I know I've heard someone else talk about this being confusing in terms of Stephen Graham Jones's work. And so I knew it wasn't crazy. I was like, was it Marcy Reads? And it was. I went on her channel last night and tried to figure out what video I saw her talk about how she's not going to order any more books by him, and it was her December wrap-up video, and I was right. She did say that. She said she had given him a chance like 3 times, and just she finds herself kind of confused after reading his book that, you know, the confusion gets settled at the end, but still it's hard to follow sometimes. And I found that too with Zombie Bake Off. And the premise is so cool though. So 58 pages on Sunday night, and last night I read another, you know, almost 50 pages. I got to page 100. And then I'm just not enjoying it. Finally, at around 93 pages, you know, we're getting zombie-ish stuff happening, but I don't know, it's just hard to read there are some cool things, like in terms of gore. I mean, that hasn't picked up yet. I'm sure it's going to get crazier, but like, for instance, this guy is over the intercom, and it's supposed to be funny, and it's just, like, not appealing to me in terms of humor. There's this one part, it says, testing 1, 2, testing 3, 4. He's saying, no real faith that it's working since the power's off, the main fuse is crushed, all that. Terry, mayday, mayday, ground control to Major Tom. Is it really all stars? Like, I don't even know what the is it really all stars mean. Like, what is that in reference to? I know the Major Tom part isn't a reference to a David Bowie song, but, like, it's supposed to be funny, but, like, I feel like a guy freaking out over a situation wouldn't come on the intercom and say that. So I like absurdist humor, but, like, I just cannot buy into this absurdist humor. Like, I loved Clowns vs. Spiders by Jeff Strand, and that is absurdist humor and dark humor in horror, and I like that. I like that a lot. In fact, I can't wait to read my next Jeff Strand book. But this one, there's just so many instances I wish I would have marked more, that I was like, what? 1 second, it's like people talking to each other, and the next second, like, something weird's happening, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I cannot follow this. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not liking this, like, very much at all. We'll see if it picks up, but I was tempted to DNF for, like, the first time ever, which is crazy. Then I picked up and finally started the Undead Girl Gang, which I'm loving. And that just shows me that I wasn't, like, in a mindset to where I couldn't concentrate on reading, because after I read the next 50 pages and got to page 100 in the Zombie Bake Off, I picked up the Undead Girl Gang, and I had no problem understanding it. It was flowing really easy. I got 84 pages in right after reading more 50 pages in Zombie Bake Off, and it was just more enjoyable. Easier to read, and easy to follow. I like the style. Just a standard book, like a standard writing style. So I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to jive with Stephen Graham Jones, but I don't know. I'm going to give more of his work a chance. I mean, I own My Heart's a Chainsaw, I think it is. So, I mean, eventually I'll try to read that. I am reading Slashers next month, but that's a slasher book or a slasher themed book, but I don't know if I'm going to read it because of this experience with Zombie Bake Off. But like I said, the premise with the wrestlers and the zombies is so intriguing. I want to keep going to see if it gets better. So I'm sticking it through for now. We will see if I end up DNFing or something. I will let you guys know and update you. But back to work. I just took a break to film this update because I've been the worst at filming for this vlog. So at least there's something here. Alright guys, catch you in the next clip. It is Wednesday, May 11th. I have to look at the computer yet again. Of course, I am making more progress with Zombie Bake Off, which I did pick back up. I also am making more progress. This is my Kindle, by the way. It's in a cool little case, but so you could stand it up. Anyway, I'm making more progress with Undead Girl Gang, and that'll be a lot of fun to keep going. I'm about, I think, 40% into Undead Girl Gang, and I am 168 pages into Zombie Bake Off, and this has to do with, like, my update specifically has to do with the package I'm going to open that I just got in the mail. So I'm continuing on with Zombie Bake Off because my friend Katie told me, like, yeah, the beginning's confusing and the writing style is kind of weird, but the gore is really good, and the little instances of gore that I've gotten I have liked a lot, so I'm in it for the gore. That makes sense. Good. Sounds really weird. Anyway, I'm reading it and trying to stick with it for the gore. If it wasn't for my friend Katie, I probably would have DNF'd it, but because she liked it, and we have usually the same taste in books, especially like books that I read for my book club, she ends up giving it like the same rating or feels the same way about the books as me, so because of that, I'm like, I think I'm gonna have faith and finish it off. Like, I'm pretty close now. I only have like 80 pages left. It's like, come on, just do it. Whatever. I know my friend Ollie just did this video about DNF this MF. Like, if you're not enjoying a book, just do it, DNF. But I love the name, by the way, DNF that MF. But you know, whatever. This one I'm kind of close. I like the premise. If it wasn't such a, you know, such a good premise in terms of wrestlers and zombies, and it's very unique, and it's Zombie Awareness Month, so I'm like, whatevs, I'm doing it. That's all there is to it. Alright, so anyway, my friend Katie sent me a package. She messaged me on Instagram not that long ago saying, I went to this library book sale and I found something like to send to you. And I'm like, are you sure you want to send it? And she's like, yeah. So, really sweet of her. She didn't have to send anything. I even told her, I was like, I could pay you. She's like, no, no, no. These books were so cheap. I'm like, seriously though? She's like, no. She's the coolest person. If you guys are not following her, she just changed her Instagram handle. She's got a wonderful Instagram account. I wish I could take pictures like her. Death by Paperbacks is her new, like, handle on Instagram. I will put up a picture. It is really cool. Like, I love her account. And she's got a blog, by the way, that she just started, which is really good too. Okay, I literally have no idea what's in here. Okay, it seems like more than one thing. She wrapped it in green. Cool! It's another Wishbone! So the Super Adventures of Wishbone Unleashed in Space! Oh my god, this is so cute. Look! It's Wishbone! He's got a space helmet on! He's so adorable. Look at him! He's got a suit and everything, a whole suit, not just the helmet. And then this girl's like, yo, it's a Wishbone! Oh, I love it, so cute. Thank you, Katie. Another Wishbone! Legend of Sleepy Hollow! Like, it's a spooky Wishbone! So these are the Super Adventures of Wishbone. Look! He looks like an old-timey person, like in the times of Sleepy Hollow. Oh, cool, you get the flaming pumpkin in the background and, like, the headless horseman. Oh, this is so fun. What year are these Super Adventures from? This one is from 1998. Cool! Look, see, that's what I'm talking about, the flaming pumpkin and the headless horseman. And he's just like, I will solve this mystery for you. Oh, I love it, Katie. Thank you so much. Wishbone! Oh my god, he's so cute. Paul would even like these because he likes pups, my boyfriend Paul. So even Paul can appreciate Flippin' Wishbone. Is the other one from 1998. The space one, 1999. Alright, so the space one's a little bit, like, newer, I guess. But 1999 is still freaking old. In a good way. Look! He's got even little illustrations. I love him. Thank you so much, Katie. Oh, this is so much fun. Wishbone's just the cutest. So this is number 2 and number 3. Cool. So I've got like 2 pairs. Or a pair. Not 2 pairs, that'd be 4. Don't listen to my math. Oh, I love it so much, Katie. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. And cute green paper was all wrapped up nicely. Really appreciate you. I also got more book mail. This is not from a friend. This one I'm about to show you. These are books I ordered. So, I was gonna save this because I'm about to release a slasher recommendation video, but I think I'm gonna release that before you guys even see this. So, this is a book that I'm thinking about reading. It's really more of a novella. I'm supposed to do this whole slasher awesome readathon in June, and this is on my radar because I already read a book by Jeff Strand called Clowns vs. Spiders for my, you know, carnival and fair and clown readathon in February, and I freaking loved it. I loved his sense of humor. Now this is a humorous horror book, the one by Stephen Graham Jones, but I just liked the humor in Clowns vs. Spiders so much better, as I believe I told you guys earlier in the vlog. But anyway, I was like, I must read something else by Jeff Strand, like, this year. I need to. So I picked up 20th Anniversary Screening, which is supposed to be like a fun slasher. There's actually another collection. It's actually called like Slashin' something. Anyway, I'll put up a picture of the book I'm talking about. This story is in that other book. It's like a collection, and there's other slasher stories in it. I could have bought that, but I just was like, I doubt I'm gonna get to a whole collection since I've already got so much picked out to read for June. So I just wanted to buy Jeff Strand's story as a standalone because I could, you know, more realistically get to this versus the whole collection. Look how cool the frickin' back is. Bloody knife, popcorn, and everything.
This mockumentary-style dark comedy recounts the grisly events surrounding the terrible slasher flick, The Roofer, remembered only because an obsessed fan tried to reenact the murders as they played out on the screen. When the same theater shows the film 20 years later, will the warnings that this is a really, really bad idea be justified?
So, this sounds like fun, and I love the cover so very much, so I had to get this. Jeff Strand, don't let me down. I want to love your other work. So we'll see if it's just like a one-hit wonder with Clowns vs. Spiders or if I love all of his stuff. Also, I'm really excited about this. This is by Amy McCaw, and I've heard a lot of good things about this. This is Mina and the Undead. It's like a vampire type of book in terms of, it's almost like a Buffy type of deal in terms of there's this, you know, young girl and she's got to fight these vampires. She's visiting New Orleans. That's one of the reasons I bought it. Anyway, I've been intrigued by this book for a long time, so hopefully eventually I can get to it. It's just nice to have it, and I've ordered some other things, so I know this vlog is mostly book mail. I mean, you saw me cooking my frickin' dinner, but other than that, it's like mostly book mail. I've really got to do more than just update you and show you book mail. I gotta do some B-roll. Friday the 13th is coming up, and I'll have more footage from that day. But for now, hopefully you guys enjoyed the book mail. I don't know what's with these big ass lizards. They're everywhere. Lemons are starting to grow. One there, there, over here. It is way too hot outside, so I'm going to continue reading inside. Hey guys, so I've got a reading update and some mail, some book mail. Alright, so the reading update, I finished both books, finished The Undead Girl Gang and Stephen Graham Jones's book, Zombie Bake Off. Zombie Bake Off, I'm torn about it. It seemed like my friend Katie liked it from what we talked about. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I stuck with it, I said in an earlier clip. And I think I'm going to give it a 3-star rating. I thought about giving it higher, but really, even with the gore, the writing style. I mean, maybe it was supposed to be written like an announcer type of writing style, kind of like wrestling. And I like wrestling. I'm a wrestling fan. So it's not like I'm unfamiliar with what he was trying to do with some of the characters. I just felt like it was all over the place, and I like campy horror, but yeah, overall a 3-star, but the premise was really cool and unique, so I'm glad I read it. But I would say that his writing style wouldn't be for everybody, and I saw a lot of people give it a 3-star rating on flippin' Goodreads, so it's not just me who gave it 3 stars, lots of people, but some people gave it 5, so it kind of seemed to vary a little bit here and there. Alright, so I have an Amazon Prime package, but I also have a package from my friend April. She did a big giveaway. She had a big event in April called 6 Sad April, where it was a photo challenge, and you had different prompts each day, and I took a picture every single day of April because of that challenge. So thank you so much, April. So April hosted the challenge in April. both the person and the month were April. So I'm very excited. I won the giveaway. I don't know how, but I'm really stoked about it. I had no idea I would win. By the way, check out her account on Instagram. She takes the best photos. Her account is Apple and Alchemy, and the "and" in between is spelled out A-N-D. I will put up a graphic. She is wonderful, but let's see what she sent. There's a card. I'm gonna read the card first. And it's black and orange. I love those colors. It's so Halloween-y. Jackson's right next to me, so if you could hear him, like, I don't know, yawning or making noise, or he always loves packages. It's got a cool sticker here. It says, "I need more space." It's aliens. Her note is so sweet. She was just thanking me for all the enthusiasm in April. Oh my god, yes! All I see right away is this. Dunkaroos, hell yeah! I'm like freaking excited. I love Dunkaroos. It's like my favorite snack from the 90s, so that's pretty freaking exciting. There's so many things in here. So there's awesome pins. They're tied to me. And this awesome Nirvana patch. Of course, here we go, the Nirvana smiley face. And then some cutie pins. Ghost. Oh my gosh, yes. A rib cage with some flowers, a skull and some flowers. The ghost says, "I myself am anxious and confused." That is like me in real life. So ghosty, we have that in common. Oh my god, April, yay, I love this. So she said she was going to give away like a book and some Nirvana stickers, but she didn't say all this. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, cool. I love this. So it's like the library, like, let me try to get it closer for you guys. So when you check stuff out from the library cards that are inside of books. So cute. And it fits in here. Or it did. I'm just so excited. Here we go. I couldn't do it. I love that. And it was packaged like in the back of this. Gosh, she's really good at wrapping things. Oh, here's the Nirvana stickers she told us about. Because that was like advertised in the giveaway that it was Nirvana stickers and one like 90s themed book. So generous of April. She like didn't have to do that. Oh, cute! Like a little notepad that's super 90s. So obviously we got like the total tie-dye 90s, the smiley face, and peace signs on the inside. I can show you guys. There we go. There you guys. You can see it a little bit there. Yay! I have to turn it back up now. The lighting's weird in here. I just did a live stream talking about Teen Witch, which is from 1989, not 1990s. It's from 89, but almost the 90s. So there's a little alien sticker on this, and it says, "Too cute for this planet." I don't want to hurt the stickers. Everything's so nicely wrapped. Wait a second. I think this is something she referenced in her card. I want to do that one last. Cool, a rocket power coloring book. Or is it an activity book? An activity book! She, like, just threw in so much 90s nostalgia here. Jackson, don't you touch that. My dog is eyeing things. Please don't. This, I think, is the 90s book, and then I'll unwrap the last thing that I started to unwrap that I don't know what it is. Yes. So, Totally Sweet 90s. So here's the book that she had advertised in the giveaway, along with the stickers. And it's just all kinds of things that is from the 90s that it's discussed in here. So, The Adventures of Pete and Pete. We've got Baby Got Back, the song. Barney, Baywatch, Bill Nye the Science Guy. So it's in alphabetical order. There are pictures. And let's just try to find something random. Lisa Frank's School Supplies, of course. Of course. Pretty neat. I love it. Pogs, Pokemon. Oprah's Book Club, even. So this is super thorough. I do have 90s books, and in fact, I have a 90s one that talks about 90s things that I started to read in April, but it's definitely not as extensive as this in terms of, it doesn't go through a lot of, like, oh, it's got Dunkaroos! So, Dunkaroos, as you can see, old package, and they remade them. So I'm so happy, especially about the Dunkaroos. Like, I know that's ridiculous to be excited about that, but I'm very excited about it. And everything in this whole package. Just thank you so much, April. my god, this is what she was referring to. She said something about a sign and that I didn't have to use it. Why would I not use this? I can't believe it. She made it. It says Kelsi's collection. And it's got a Goosebumps logo, and I could put it in front of my Goosebumps. Oh my god, this is incredible. I love this. I don't want to cry. This is so cool that she made this. Oh my god, I'm like floored right now. Look how cool, guys. It's personalized just for me. I can't believe she made this. Thank you so much, April. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I can't wait to display this. I'm gonna have to like put it like where my nuggets are, and like I'm gonna have to redesign the whole thing, but in a good way. I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you so much. Oh my god, this is like the greatest package ever. Her and my friend Benjamin, they like totally sent 90s thematic packages, which were perfect to celebrate Old School April. And even though Old School April is over, we're still celebrating it after the fact. And thank you so much, April, for not only sending the package, but hosting that amazing event on Instagram. I guess challenge, technically it's called. But I had such a blast. I never post, and I posted all of April. So thank you so much. I really love everything in the whole package. Like, I wish I could hold it all up at once. I'm gonna have to do like a cool thank you picture for Instagram tomorrow. Oh, I love it. I cannot get over this. I'm gonna stare at this all night. I'm so jazzed about this. Thank you so much. I'm really like, I don't want to get teary-eyed. Now, my next package is not as exciting. It's different. My package is just something I ordered from not Instagram. See, I'm all mismatched now and flabbergasted. Oh my god, I'm so excited about that sign, especially. So, this is from Amazon. Alright, I'm very excited about this. So, I heard my good friend Elizabeth, check out her channel, Elizabeth Sagewood, here on YouTube. She's marvelous, doesn't have enough subscribers. She deserves way more. Underrated as hell. Calming voice, like my friend Crystal. I've talked about other booktubers earlier, but I really just want to stress that again. You know, support other booktubers. She said she loved this book. This is In Every Generation. That sounded like weird and mashed up. In Every Generation, which is a Buffy-themed book, and it's by Kendar Blake? I know she said the name on her video because she just reviewed this. So not only did she review this, Elizabeth also commented on my Instagram and said, you've got to read this, it's so good. And she wants to talk about it after I read it. So I obviously did not plan to read this month, but I'm really hoping I could sneak this in. Like, yeah, it's long, but the font is not that small. It just looks like easy pages. And anyway, Elizabeth is a Buffy superfan like me, and she gave this like her seal of approval, and so she's like, Kelsi, you have to read it. So now I want to read it. And by the way, so one of the books I just finished, I talked a little bit about Zombie Bake Off and how I didn't absolutely love it. I did really like Undead Girl Gang, and that is by Lily Anderson. I was looking for my phone to look up her name to make sure, but I'm recording with it, duh. Anyway, it's ridiculous. So Lily Anderson, I was looking up on Goodreads last night, Undead Girl Gang, after I finished it, but I also was just clicking her name, and I saw other books she wrote, and one came up called The Big Bad, and the B was like this, and it had like a blonde from the back, and I was like Buffy, like making a stand, like standing like this, like, yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell what her face was like, but it was the back of Buffy, essentially. And it takes place in an alternate universe of Sunnydale, and it's, like, even more evil, where, like, the baddies, so, like, all the bad guys from the actual show are actually doing well and flourishing in this alternate universe, and they have to come together to try to defeat their one opposition, which I'm guessing is Buffy. But anyway, it just seems like it's got the same characters, but it's a different, like, alternate universe, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I liked the Undead Girl Gang. I'm going to give that a 4-star rating. It was cute. It was sweet. You know, some YA, I feel like some of the characters can be a little bitchy, but that was a little bit true in Undead Girl Gang, but they were more sarcastic and really like spunky witches. You know, they had a spunky attitude. So it wasn't like bitchy as in like, oh, these are whiners. There was a little bit of romance. Romance isn't my favorite. Basically that and a little bit of bitchiness is why I gave it a 4 out of 5 versus a 5 out of 5. However, still enjoyable. I stayed up till 2:30 a.m. to finish that book. I started like intensely reading. I was on and off reading like 10, 11, was intensely reading at 12, midnight. You know, we were going to bed and I was like, I'm gonna stay up and keep reading. So luckily my Kindle doesn't cast a lot of light, so I was like in bed with my Kindle being like, yeah, bitch, yeah. So anyway, I did not see what ended up happening, like who was at fault for the girls' murders that I told you guys. It's about these girls who get murdered, and one of the girls who's still alive brings back the others, and it's kind of like a mystery, but also it's got like witchcraft in it. But they call themselves zombies throughout the book, so there is like a little hint of zombie-ishness, so it matches with Zombie Awareness Month. It definitely fit in because they kept talking about themselves as zombies, and at times they looked like, you know, zombies, like dead bodies. At other times they did not, the characters. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It could have been a little shorter, but again, 4 stars out of 5. That doesn't mean it wasn't good. It was great. A 4 out of 5 star rating is great for me. So anyway, Lily Anderson wrote that. She also wrote this big bad book that I already pre-ordered. It's not out yet, but I definitely want to read it. It's in the Buffy universe, as is this. But Elizabeth, you know, I told Elizabeth about that book. But Elizabeth has been tentative about other Buffy works, but she loved this one. So that, you know, gives me high hopes for this one. I'm excited. I'm going to really, really try. If I get through, I've got 2 more zombie books that I must read. Then there's 2 maybes. But I think I'm going to push the zombie maybes aside, which is 1 book by Joe R. Lansdale and 1 book by Rick Catula. I think I'll just maybe save those for next year. And if I can get through The Serpent and the Rainbow and Pet Sematary, which are my 2 next reads I have to get to for different clubs and different video reasons, then I maybe can squeeze this in at the very end of the month. I'm going to try my hardest. Can I do it? You guys can't see the muscle. It doesn't look like a muscle there, but I'm telling you, I have. Why doesn't it look like it? I really do have one. I do weightlift, but it doesn't look like it here. It looks terrible and flabby. It's supposed to be good. Anyway, I cannot wait to try to get to this, and I know I'm screaming. I hate when I do that. I'm sorry, I just love this so much. I'm like blown away by this. And I can't wait to eat these. Oh my god, thank you so much, April. It totally beats my flippin' Amazon package. Even though I am excited about this book, but I mean, it's not a customized sign that freaking says my name. And one last thing I wanted to show you guys. I ordered this off of Pango Books for a super reasonable price. I saw this on Juan, Plagued by Visions. Check out his channel. I saw this on Juan's channel a long time ago on a book haul. And this is Night Show by Richard Lehman. I read a Richard Lehman book this month that I actually liked a lot. So I love Richard Lehman's book Endless Night. I hated Richard Lehman's book Funland because it was boring. I don't mind all of his gross over-sexualization of his characters if it's fun, if the action is, you know, intense and exciting, and the plot is crazy, like his plots are usually insane. Funland, for me, it just was not entertaining. It took too long to get to where it was going. And the climax was good, but it wasn't worth the wait, in my opinion. So, reading The Cellar this month and liking it, and like enjoying it, and it was easy to read, and it was just ridiculous and trashy, and a lot of fun, and definitely not for everybody. But anyway, I was happy to like another Richard Lehman book. But when I saw this on Pango Books, and I recognized the cover right away from Juan's video, I was like, I need this. Anything to do with like movies in a book, I really, really like. I also like books about books. So books about movies, books about books, it doesn't matter, I like it. Look at this fantastic cover, by the way. The bloody, like, ticket booth. Yes. The lights. And they're embossed. And I believe this is a first printing. Yep, bitch. And this was published in 1984. So happy to have snagged this. I usually like to get old school books in person at used bookstores, but it is what it is. You gotta take what you can get when you see a good deal. And I snagged it while I could. Again, I just want to show this one more time. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, which is Friday the 13th. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Friday the 13th. It's my day. I was born on Friday the 13th. My parents make it a big deal. We usually go out to eat. My dad wants to do takeout, whatever, it's fine. If he wants to do takeout, he has to work the next day, so that's fine, we'll work around it. We might watch a movie, so I'm gonna go hang out over there. Paul's got work tomorrow, and it'll be a lovely Friday the 13th, and I'll have thematic clothes on, and I might show you guys some decorations, and then I'll end the vlog. Alright guys, catch you in the next clip.
Really like to eat these for breakfast, but I will resist.
Happy official Friday the 13th, everybody. I am in my loud-ass car. It feels like it's shaking because it's old as hell. Look at my Ghostbusters faded thing, my pumpkin. Anyway, I'm about to go to my mom and dad's house. We're going to have some takeout and maybe some snowballs. And I'll show you guys the Jason that's in my room, by the way. These are my special Friday the 13th earrings, see? It's Jason in the middle of a flower, so cool. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys at my mom and dad's. Leave it to them to have the best sweets.
Look, look, look!
I'm looking at it.
It's like those blow-up things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did it!
The mission's complete. I like the car.
Yeah.
And they work.
This is like Power Rangers.
Yeah, it almost is.
It exactly is.
Oh, you're gonna snap it off? Yep, there you go.
Now snap that one.
They won't show you it snapping.
No. Hello again. It's been quite a few hours since I went to my parents' house. I just want to catch you guys up with what I've been reading over the last day and I guess a half, because I finished the books that I started reading in this vlog like 2 days ago. So I'm making great progress with my whole zombie themed reading month, but I also started some other things which we'll talk about in a second. But first, I also wanted to show you a few fun things, like some book mail I got in. One thing I'm happy about but also disappointed about at the same time because it's damaged. Frickin' Amazon, you bitch. I usually say bitch in a good way, but this is me saying Amazon, you bitch, in a bad way. So it's not a good bitch, it's a bad bitch, and it makes me sad. But I also wanted to show you guys my Friday the 13th thematic shirt before it turns midnight and it's no longer Friday the 13th. So look. Yay! The Jason earrings. These are from Femme de Bloom. I'll link the store below. So much cool freaking pop culture earrings. Not just horror, but also basically like NSYNC, 90s stuff, Disney stuff, Muppets. I'm sure they have Simpsons. For people like Katrina Brown, she loves The Simpsons. I saw some really cool shirts she was wearing in her latest vlog. Anyway, I also wanted to tell you guys I watched some more booktube videos today. I watched a new video, new-ish, it's a few days old, from Mr. Morningstar. Check him out. His editing skills are freaking fire. They're awesome. I think they're top-notch, honestly. Better than me, even. I really love his editing, and his videos are legit creepy. Because he does this whole voiceover and editing stuff that makes it really effective. And as I said, creepy's the best word to describe it, but in the best way for us horror fans. And also, like I told you guys, or referenced a little bit, I watched Katrina's latest vlog that was released today. And I also watched a Shady Side Library video where he talked about meeting R.L. Stine. How cool is that? So check that out if you want to hear about his experience meeting R.L. Stine. Also, Monster Blood. I love his account and his channel. I don't get to watch his channel often enough. I really want to more often in the next couple of months. But he ranked all of the Dean Koontz books he read, which were over 20 books. So from least favorite to favorite, and now I know which Koontz books to dig into next, because I've only read one adult Koontz novel, and it was The Mask, and I didn't like it. And Monster Blood is like on the same wavelength as me, because The Mask is not, it's really not anyone's favorite Dean Koontz book. He didn't even write the book under the Koontz name. He wrote it under Owen West because it was one of his early books before his name was well known and something of note. So yeah, watch that. Lots of good stuff today. Again, just the whole theme for the vlog, besides book mail and zombie reading, I want it to be booktube support, really, and other content creator support. I also watched non-booktube videos like Rainbow Fright. Awesome account if you love horror movies. So elegant the way she speaks, and really check her out. She just reviewed Train to Busan, and I recently recommended that movie for people who don't like your traditional zombie movies. There is a lot of traditional zombie movie traits in the movie, but it also has a lot of unique stuff in it, including one of the things that is a zombie weakness. Whatever the zombie's weaknesses are, that's one of the things that's unique. Alright, so let me show you the book mail real quick. First up, we have Paperback Crush, and I'm showing the one I'm most disappointed about because I wanted this one to be perfect and like a collectible copy. And I don't know if you guys can see it. There is a dent here, and it's very noticeable in person. I know it's not coming up really well on camera. Also, you could see, I think you can see, on the spine, look at this. This is horrid. Like, it's horrible. It's cracked, and this is Amazon's fault. So much cool stuff. In fact, okay, so like, here's a page with Boy Talk on it, and I have a Boy Talk book that I found recently. Where is it? It's somewhere over there. There it is. I have a Boy Talk book that I found on a recent used bookstore book shopping adventure I went on when I was on the way to Memphis with my boyfriend. But yes, Paperback Crush, the whole idea of this book, and actually Elizabeth just read this and she talked about it in her April wrap-up. So check out Elizabeth's video if you want to find out more. Of course, I mean Elizabeth Sagewood, the wonderful booktube channel, who I've referenced multiple times in this video. But this book is about the totally radical history of 80s and 90s teen fiction. So think Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix and Will Erickson, but for teen books from the 80s and 90s. Same idea, very similar, awesome book filled with great photographs, and yeah. This is also available, I think, you can get it for free if you have an Audible account, but I don't know if it's still available, but that's how Elizabeth read it. And so I really wanted a physical copy for the pictures, and because I wanted a physical copy and I got a damaged one, I'm pretty disappointed. So I hate to go through the trouble of sending it back and getting another copy, but I guess that's what I'm going to do because I'd really like a nice copy freaking to have and to cherish forever. And again, this is published by Quirk, which I believe is also the same publisher of Paperbacks from Hell, so it makes sense that it's similar vibes in terms of what the book is like and how it's formatted and all of that. But yeah, I cannot wait to get a nice copy and to dig into this because I am all about vintage 80s and 90s YA, also vintage middle grade I freaking love. So this is Boy Talk #1, and it is shown. So I got this book before I had Paperback Crush to even know that this was featured in it, but I found this like a few weeks ago. So happy to own it. It's not in the best shape, but oh, isn't it marvelous? And I didn't even realize it was #1, so. And it is a first printing, I believe. Yep. And it was published in 1995. So I am so glad to have this, and I will be glad when this is corrected and I have a better copy. Hopefully it won't be too stressful. Alright, so the next thing I got in was another book that Elizabeth talked about in one of her recent videos, Scream Queen, and this is by Stephanie Sparks. All you have to do is scream, says the tagline. And quickly, I wanted to show my awesome Friday the 13th book, the only one I have of this series. This is the Camp Crystal Lake series of YA novels. And yes, they're vintage. I love these. And I only have this one, even though there's more. But I'm so thankful for this one because my friend Alex, the Bookubus, who I mentioned earlier in this video, she sent this to me. So thank you again, Alex. I loved looking at this, especially today. But I look at it every day because I have it on my desk, like on my little book display that I have there. So I get to look at this cover every single day. And thank you so much again, Alex. So I wanted to update you guys. I'm reading 3 books right now, which is unusual for me. I usually only read 1 book at a time, but throughout this vlog I was reading 2 books at the same time with the Undead Girl Gang and then Zombie Bake Off, but now I'm reading 3 books at a time and it's just all unusual. But I'm actually not getting confused, they're all very different, and one I didn't even mean to start. So I showed you guys in my other book mail unboxing in the previous clip, I don't have the cover on it, but this is the hardcover book, I can't even say this title right, In Every Generation book that I got. Look at the spine, the naked spine, beautiful. So I just decided on a whim because the other 2 books I'm reading are on audio, and this one I'm reading physically, or was going to read physically. So last night in bed, I was like, I don't want to listen to audio and wake up my boyfriend Paul. So like, let me just read like a physical book and turn the little lamp on. So I read the prologue and I was already like, oh my god. There's like mentions of characters that are some of my favorite characters already in the prologue. And so today he was watching just recently a basketball game, the Celtics, who we're fans of. I was semi-watching, but I was in the room and I was like, oh, let me read. I was like, let me not put on headphones right now. Let me just read physical. So I picked this up again, and I'm loving it. And Elizabeth is the one who suggested this to me, Elizabeth Sagewood, once again. I'm going to keep mentioning her because I am loving this. I have like annotations here, like with my little, I usually don't do annotations this way where I write on a post-it note and put it in, but this time I did. So I'm only 42 pages in, but I am loving it, and I'm like, oh shit, now what have I done? Like, I don't want to stop reading this now, but I've got 2 other books I have to finish before the end of the month because I've got meetings and discussions about them. So I started this last night, and I'm reading along as I listen to the audio, and the audio is narrated by frickin' Michael C. Hall, aka Dexter, bitch, and he is incredible, and oh my god, the audio is better than I thought it was even going to be. Like, I knew it was probably going to be amazing, but it's even better than what I originally thought anyway, to begin with. So, I am having a ball, I am loving it, I am so excited right now. I gotta tell you, it's like so surprising because I know everyone said this is good, so it's not like I doubted people, but at the same time, I thought, okay, but I know the 1989 movie adaptation so well that I'm going to be a little bit bored, because that's actually what happened to me with Misery a little bit. It took me a while to get into Misery, but then I really loved it once I got to like the midway point, and there was some differences, and also the writing was beautiful the whole way, but I was just kind of restless because I knew the story so well. And so I felt like maybe that was going to happen to me, and I was scared about Pet Sematary and hesitant. However, I was wrong. I mean, nothing's really happened so far in the story, major, besides, you know, Judge showing them the Pet Sematary and stuff that's near their house. Of course, I'm talking about the main family, the Creeds. Their house is near the Pet Sematary, and Judd, their old man neighbor, is the one who shows it to them and tells them about it. So that's really all that's really happened so far, and the whole move of the Creeds to the new house and all of that. But there's some great sentences in here that's just like, oh my god. And the way that Michael C. Hall does the accent for Judd is incredible. Like, I didn't think anybody could beat the original actor from Pet Sematary, but this is pretty great. Because, you know, obviously in Pet Sematary, the 1989 movie, it's a little corny, but it's like so corny that it's good. Don't go down that road. Also, Michael C. Hall says road because Stephen King writes that Judd says it weird, like Rudd. So he says it like, don't go down that road. Anyway, I love it though. Michael C. Hall does a great job with the accent and like just the inflections, and I'm really enjoying it. So I can't wait to get back to this. And it just so happens that I was picking this up not because I was bored with this, but because I wanted something, you know, to read physically and not have to listen to headphones the 2 particular times I picked this up. But now I'm kind of invested because I love Buffy, and I'm like, oh, something in the Buffy universe that I actually like. I want to keep going. So I don't know. It's going to be hard to balance all this. I could feel it already. And the 3rd book I'm currently reading is a nonfiction book on audio, The Serpent and the Rainbow. Of course, that is the basis for the movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow, but the movie is fictional. The book is nonfiction, based on a real account of this guy who goes and studies and tries to figure out this zombie drug. It's not like, they're not really zombies. People who rise from the graves because of these drugs, and he wants to find out, you know, where's this drug come from, what plants is it made of, how does it work, and he's like on a mission to observe it all. So I don't know how many hours I'm in, but I've got 6 hours left for that on the speed I'm listening to it on. But it's really fascinating. I thought I would be bored, but while I was sweeping outside today and cleaning up, because I did a whole big vacuuming and mopping today, I was listening to that, and I got a good, you know, deal listened to today. Anyway, so much fun today. Reading, especially yesterday, because I read a lot last night too, and I didn't check in afterwards because it was late. But yeah, I'm reading so much great stuff right now. I gotta say, I love all this more, the 3 books I'm reading right now, a lot more than Zombie Bake Off. Not to keep bashing Zombie Bake Off. I'm not bashing it. There are elements that are good. It's just that I could not jive with the writing style at the time. I am going to give Stephen Graham Jones another chance, especially because Katrina said that one of her favorite slashers was My Heart's a Chainsaw. But the slasher book by Stephen Graham Jones, he also has one about Final Girls, another slasher book that he's written that I've never read either. But I will give them a chance one day. Just, I don't know about next month when I'm doing my slashers. I might take a little break and maybe revisit his work. That's like a newer work I haven't read yet next year. Alright guys, since Friday the 13th is almost done, I am going to close out the vlog. And I know I said I thought I was going to do it from Saturday to Saturday, but I feel like I've really made this very long because of all the updates with the very long unboxing of different book mail and stuff. So because of that, I kind of feel like I have to cut it off here. My vlogs are always way too long, and this one's gonna be another flippin' hour-long vlog. I'm sorry, guys. So thank you so much if you took the time to watch it. It really means a lot. I know your time is valuable, and you choose to spend it with me. Comment below if you have read anything that I have read in this vlog. Comment below if you are interested in reading anything that I have read or started to read in this vlog. I'd love to know people's opinions, so please shout out whatever you want in the comments, and if you don't feel like writing anything, leaving any kind of emoji comment like an orange heart or a pumpkin, even that would help with the analytics, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, guys, please, if you are so inclined and like the video, please leave a like, because that also helps. Okay, guys, take care. Till next time, keep on killing it. Bye, guys. It's supposed to be a knife because it's Friday the 13th. Whatever.